Hello and a warm welcome. This is the WarcryReporter. Battle reports to listen to. The Buckman's regulars may not have been able to hinder their 7 cooks to break the dam, but they can still spoil this for them. Erk, Gent and Rofo were sent out to spread the word that the ogres of the 7 Cooks Company did break a dam so they can live in a bog. So it did not take long until everyone knew where the cooks are and they had to leave more guards behind than normal, weakening their active warbands. Wigout did not like it. This was not his way. Subtlety and conspiracy are not the way this revenge should be handled. It was unsatisfying, though effective. Snuffout came up with the plan. It is his way, and Snuffout introduced Holger to the Buckman's regulars. Holger is a member of Snuffout's old crew, a privateer too. He brought an ether cannon. This is the only reason Wigout agreed to let him join. The Buckmans are in need of an ether cannon. Thongil is dead. Uxgard will arrive soon. He will not be happy with all the privateers. The rest of the Buckman's regulars are getting along quite well with the newcomers. Only Odo, Erk, Gent and Rotan are still suspicious. Rofo is landing very hastily in the camp and with his thrusters still hissing he runs to Wigout. Admiral, they found us! The damned ogres found us! And I have seen a scout of the science. He also will be here soon. By all the gods, we just established us here. Those damn ogres! Good. Gent, Rofo and Thrall. You 3 go and see if you can find the retreat. A good place where we can dig in for a while. And just as Gent, Rofo and Thrall left, a comet is falling from the sky. This is very interesting. Wigout chooses a small crew and off they go. The rest is guarding the camp. And of course the 7 cooks are there too. Maybe a good opportunity to take revenge the right way this time. There are 3 trees in the area where the comet should go down. The trees are arranged around the middle of the battlefield. 1 west of it, 1 northeast and 1 southeast-south of it. Palisades and ruined walls surround the trees. Groll-Ok and Fitchek are in the middle of the 2 western quarters, and Torbard and Oleg are in the north, right between the western and the eastern quarter. Oleg is already trying to hide behind the tree there. Wigout, Halbert and O'Brien came to a halt at the eastern tree, and Halbert climbed up the tree to the platform there to get a good overview. That sounded like a good idea, but then he saw Torbard. Snuffout, Odo and Holger are in the south, between the western and eastern quarters. Wigout is the first to react, and he places himself in the middle of the 2 groups of overlords, so he can be heard and seen from everyone. And he roars the Buckman's war cry, "Fight for profit!" Oh, an intimidating display of power with his Stormbringer in hand and the following cheers of his fellow fighters. Torbard takes the taunt as the first in his warband. He runs forward, pushes his anger and takes a shot at Halbert. But Halbert is mostly showered by shrapnel and wood splinters, not really hurt. The grenade he sends back as an answer lands a bit far away from Torbard, and he also does not feel the full force of the attack. Odo is cursing and running to Wigout to cover his admiral. Will Wigout ever learn? Odo just arrived in time to jump into Groll's path. Groll is on the Maw path and wanted Wigout. But Odo is a bodyguard of the finest rock, and he takes the blow and even strikes back at Groll. But the ogre tyrant had too much force in his swing. Odo goes down for his admiral. Boom! ether cannon explodes. Holger saw Groll coming and was just waiting to place his shots into Groll. 2 very, very good hits sent Groll to his knees, bleeding and looking utterly destroyed. But he gets up again, and Fitchik is running to get a good hiding place behind some ruined wall in the east of the southeast quarter. And a woo-ha can be heard from Halbert. He is congratulating Holger to his fine shots and follows his example. 2 grenades fly Groll, and as the dust settles, the ogre tyrant is lying flat on his ugly face. Yeah, with wide eyes, Bolek is now hiding behind his tree completely, shielding him from all the at the moment present overlords. With a simple gesture, Vigout sends Uberien forward to the middle of the battlefield. And Snuffout fires at the hidden Fitchek, without success. These Gnoblars really know how to take cover. Taking down Groll so quickly boosted the already high morale of the Bugmans even further. The comet will crash any moment now. And here it comes. With a mighty boom, the comet crashes into the northeast quarter, just as the reinforcements arrive. Thrall entered the battlefield and had to immediately jump out of the way of the explosion. Gent and Yule were far enough away, but Gent flinched a bit and moved backwards, which placed him out of range of Fitchek. And unfortunately, Maticek and Snickers arrive in the west. Maticek is already angry and on the moorpath. He charges Wiggard and hits the Admiral while he is turning around. Wiggard swings his hammer back at Maticek but does not hit anything. Halbert spins on his heels and fires at Snickers. The damn beast is jumping here and there to avoid the worst. The world around the team explodes as Torbart sends 2 well-placed shots at him. The second one hit the head, and with a very deformed helmet, the Overlord goes down and moves no more. Yeah, Wiggard got his balance back, and with an onslaught he smashes his hammer into Maticek. Maticek blocks most of the incoming force but gets nicely singed by lightning. And Wiggard disengages from Maticek. Oh, the ogre thrusts his crossbow after Wiggard and hits him where it hurts. And Snickers shows up. Oh, she is well trained. She runs full speed at Holger and blocks the Overlord. I can hear Holger shouting a no, 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 no as she comes closer. Back to the west. Yule is staring at the fallen comet and spins around as he becomes aware of Fitchek. From his hips he fires instinctively 2 times at the Gnobler and both hit the mark. And Fitchek goes down. Aha, Bolek switches very quickly and sneakily to the other side of the tree. Thrall scared him, obviously. Holgar in the south dodges Snickers and so disengages from her to the east. I thought he would freeze, but I underestimated the privateer. He fires, still stumbling at Maticek. That was just a glancing hit. Snuffout can see Snickers coming, sees Wiggard falling back from Maticek and seems to be confused for a second. He jumps forward to get a better angle at Maticek and fires a shot. And again just a glancing hit. Back to the west. Gent is running full speed at the fallen comet, and Thrall wants to take care of the cowardly Gnoblar. With an onslaught he jumps at Bolek, but the damn Gnoblar ducks behind his tree and Thrall can't hit him once. It looks like the Bugman's regulars are dominating this hunt. The 7 cooks can't do much more than standing in the way. This is a good day for the Bugman's regulars. Wiggard shouts a command at Holgar and steps forward to give Maticek some attention. After a little back and forth, the Stormbringer crashes into Maticek and again leaves the stench of burnt hair and flesh. Holgar, at the same time as Wiggard, takes a step even further away from Snickers and boom, fires a nice volley into her. She's bleeding, but not wavering. What was that? Snickers seems to be more injured than we thought. She tries to leap at Snuffert, but barely leaves the ground and just scratches the overlord a little bit. In the north, Thrall finally got Bolek to fight with him. The Knobler tries to hit Thrall but can only bang against his armor. Thrall finishes Bolek with 2 quick strikes. And Torbard seems to have enough. With a roar he goes on a rampage, firing 2 well-placed shots into Thrall and 1 into Halberd. Satisfied, Torbard looks at the motionless body of Thrall. He grins, but turning to Halberd, his grin falls. And Halberd, not injured at all, breaks into a mocking laugh. In the west, poor Gent is running towards the fallen comet, limping because of his broken leg. Maticek too roars in anger and rams into Vigard on his way towards the fallen comet, just rolling over the Admiral, who just stays on the ground. In the tree in the east, Halberd stops laughing instantly and fires after Maticek. The first grenade hits well, but the second one goes off somewhere. Now Yule in the west is getting nervous. That Maticek is fast and coming too close. He shakily lifts his gun, fires and misses, reloads and scratches Maticek's arm. Oh damn, I think he's panicking. In the south, Snuffout is reacting to Maticek too. He pushes Snickers back, disengages with a very practiced move from her, gets himself into position and fires at Maticek. Ah damn. Everything executed so elegantly and then barely hits his target. All eyes are on Maticek, who is running through a hailstorm of bullets, almost unscathed. If he makes it to the stone, the win for the Bugman's regulars is in danger. But what? Maticek turns back. He goes on a Morporth and charges Snuffout. Snuffout is so surprised he screams at the ogre. Just at the last second, Snuffout braces for the impact, takes the hit and unbelievably stops the charging Maticek. More tumbling than elegantly, Snuffout disengages from Maticek and shakily and barely aimed he fires 2 shots into his opponent's direction, which not really do anything to Maticek. And of course, from the south, Snickers jumps onto Snuffout and pins him to the ground. Holger is screaming in anger at Snickers, gets in position and boom, shoots the bloody beast off his fellow. But Snuffout is not getting up. Gent and Yule are both running very happily towards the fallen comet, and Halberd fires at the running Torbert with no effect. Now Torbert is also close to the fallen comet. But what is that? Maticek and Torbert retreat? They both grumpily leave the field. Yes, this is the triumph for the Bugman's regulars. After the ogres left, Vigard gets woken up by Erk. Confused, Vigard looks at him and says, "What are you doing here?" Erk smiles and gets out of the way to reveal Uxgard. Uxgard removes his helmet and smiling he says, "Hello cousin. It's always a pleasure to help you up." Oh my, I'm so happy to see you. Come here, my dear Uxgard. My Admiral, are you okay? And that meatbag ran right through you. Oh no, I'm used to this by now. Tell me, why do you send for me? On the way back to the camp, Vigard told Uxgard everything. And Uxgard of course offered his gun to the Admiral. Later that day, they are all sitting around the campfire. And each, Vigard and Uxgard, are telling stories about Thongil, much to the enjoyment of all the other Bugman's regulars. So they sit there until late in the night, with beer and good laughter about all the funny stuff that happened with Thongil. This is exactly how Thongil always wanted to be remembered. Hello everyone, this is the WarcryReporter. If you like my content, please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to, please comment. Have a good day until next time.